I
That's the
mean,
scene from Sound of Metal. Riz plays Ruben, a heavy metal drummer. But give us some context about that clip and the story here, Riz.
Yeah, so Sound of Metal is the story of Ruben, as you said, who's a drummer, and he lives with his girlfriend Lou in an RV. He tours the States, kind of going from gig to gig, and it's really how he defines himself. He's Lou's boyfriend. He's a drummer in this band. He produces their music. That's his life, and all of a sudden he loses his hearing. And sudden onset hearing loss is something that many people suffer from, and it really overturns his life, but also his idea of who he is. And I guess the movie is his journey of trying to face his new deafness and kind of navigate this new life. And so the movie kind of takes us into the world of the deaf community. And it was a really eye-opening process for me, and I hope it will be for audiences as well, to kind of understand just the richness and beauty of that culture. And it's one that Ruben is very resistant to, but he goes on a journey to try and see whether he might have a place within this culture.
did you have to learn sign language and I'm assuming play the drums? That seemed like that was you. That couldn't be CGI.
Yeah. If it was CGI, I would have made myself look a lot bigger. I would have put in some requests. But so our director, Darius Mardo, who's just a really amazing filmmaker, believe it or not, when you see the film, it's his first movie, and it's such an assured piece of work. And part of that is because he wanted it to be so authentic. I remember when I first met up with him, he said, I want it all to be for real. When you're playing the drums on screen, I really want that to be you playing the drums. I want it to be a real gig in a real nightclub with a real audience. And similarly with the American Sign Language, he thought it's right, and so did I, that I should be fluent and able to improvise with all our deaf actors. And so, we went on this 7-month process of learning the drums every day and learning American Sign Language every day, which was scary and challenging, but also just an incredibly enriching experience.
Do you consider yourself fluent in American Sign Language?
Not anymore. It's like any language, you have to keep it up, otherwise you get rusty. And with COVID, being away from my friends in the deaf community, in particular in New York, I haven't really been able to keep it up. But by the time we were filming, I'd say I was kind of, I don't know, my sign instructor tells me I was fluent. I would say I was more kind of intermediate. But it was, I kind of thought it was important to get to that point. It would have been, I just wanted to kind of respect this culture that was so kind and kind of welcoming me into it, and just do right by that culture. And also, it's just an amazing language. I would just urge people to kind of learn it. It's amazing how it opens you up. Communicating without words just forces you to connect physically, really emotionally to everything you're saying. So in a way, the deaf community really taught me the meaning of the word communication.
Wow.
So well said. And you are remarkable in all of your work, Riz. So thank you very much for coming on and talking about this.
Thank
Sound
you
of
so
Metal,
much.
Available Friday on Prime Video. Good to see you. Take
Great
care.
to see you. Happy
You
birthday.
too, guys. See ya.